Az, breathe. Az, breathe. Breathe, Az. Breathe, Az. Alright, get the photo.
To describe freediving, the feeling it gives you is almost a euphoric feeling. You're sort of in your own little world. You can feel your heartbeat, you can feel all your major senses in your body. You know, you're so mobile and agile under the water, you're just sort of at one with all the fish and marine life down there. The whole thing's about slowing your heart rate down, being really, really slow, slowing your need for breath down, and as soon as you're really, really relaxed after a good breathe up and you go down, it just feels like time, the ticking just slows down. I think that's when you get your most comfortable underwater, when it just appears as if everything around's just in slow motion. Of course, you know, when you're down on the bottom, whether it's, you know, at a depth and you look up and you can't see the surface, you know, you're going to panic. You know, you think, oh, I'm not going to make it up, I'm not going to make it up. But what comes with experience, I've found, is just your mind just needs to overwrite those thoughts straight away. So whether it's a shark that you see, or whether you're just too deep, or you get a little bit tangled in the reef or something, your mind automatically needs to jump over and shut out the fear that may come in. I think it's 50% mental and 50% physical. So when you're down there, obviously you're mental, you just want to really keep calm and just keep in control of all your thoughts. You just want to sort of find a happy place. I just close my eyes and it's just the purest blue you can imagine, sort of as far as the eye can see, just crystal clear blue with no traffic, no smoke, no noise, no pollution. When you sort of descend down, you just really feel one with the water. Freediving, it's a sport where you're a very dangerous sport where you're always pushing your limits. So you know every time you enter the water, there's no guarantee that you're coming back. And that's not being dramatic, that's just understanding that you're going into an environment where, you know, you're not the top of the food chain. There's a lot of things that are sort of bigger and nastier than you underwater. And then if they don't get you, then, you know, you can kill yourself by blacking out underwater and pushing your limits too far. Yeah, so we're spearfishing and filming off the Great Barrier Reef. We're 40 miles, which is a 2-hour boat ride off Cairns. And just a normal day that we've done thousands of times. We're chasing some big pelagic fish.
It was a magnificent day. It was perfect. The water was that flat and so clean, and there were fish everywhere. It was just like any other day on the water. You know, the water was clean, the water was deep, the fish were on, and I just went that bit too hard.
Yeah, Az spotted a nice big fish down deep and then sort of chased it as he would normally, didn't you?
Yeah, I went down after the fish and followed it, you know, well within my limits, I thought, but, you know, you get caught up in the moment and, you know, I didn't want to let the sort of a fish of a lifetime get away from me. And there's always that sort of sense, you know, you're there with a group of really good spearos and you want to back yourselves. Went down deeper, followed it a bit longer than I should have, and shot the fish. And that's where it all sort of blacked out for me, and I don't remember anything else.
Breathe out. As breathe. As breathe. As breathe. Breathe as. Breathe as. As breathe. As breathe. Breathe. Breathe as. Boat!
You know, reflex kicked in, and I just started giving him mouth to mouth on the surface, trying to get some oxygen back into him. And luckily, that after about 45 seconds of mouth to mouth on the surface, he eventually came back to it. So, thank goodness.
As breathe. He's alright. He's alright. Breathe, mate. Breathe. Hang on to the boat. Breathe, mate. Hold the boat. Hold the boat. Just chill.
To see the life drain out of your best mate's face. He was not responding. Had him on the surface for almost 2 minutes, resuscitating him. And about a minute into that, it all flashed through like, oh, I'm not going to get my best mate back. Like, he's gone. He's gone too long. And then everything runs through your head like, what's my life going to be like? Without my best mate, I'm going to have to sort of rebuild my life. Yeah, it's a horrible experience. Yeah, horrible. It's a bit cliche, but it's only cliche because it's true. How you say you look at life differently. I remember he was in hospital overnight, and I was there by his bed all overnight. And then when they let him out of hospital, we went for a big long walk down the Esplanade and just spoke about sort of life. How much you take it for granted. You think you're making plans for the next week and the next month, and you just assume you're going to be there, but you got to take a step back and smell the roses, so to speak. You got to look around and appreciate everything you've got going for you at the moment, because you might not be there forever to appreciate it. Az and I have spoken about it, and we've had a few teary sort of nights. Yeah, he's just been very, very thankful for the whole thing. Every time I'm underwater now, I still get the vivid flashbacks of Az with his eyes rolled back, sinking to the bottom. So it was a fight that we both had to go through together to build back up with baby steps. And we weren't going to let each other, go off the track or anything. We were going to help each other out till we're back where we are now. It's our passion, it's our love, it's all we think about. Life's not worth living if you can't do what you want to do. And then we thought whether it took a month, a year, whatever it was, we had to get back into it. A piece of advice for any group of people would have to be, go and find something that you love doing, whatever it is, whether it's archery, whether it's freediving, whether it's hang gliding, anything, and do it as much as you possibly can. Everyone's got a limited amount of time on this planet, and I think find what you love doing and do it as much as you can, because at the end of the day, that's what brings you happiness. That's what we're put here for, that's what it's all about, that happiness to yourself.